Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Gaming Addiction, a YouTube channel where we talk about gaming and all of that good stuff. So this is the new show, Tales from the Southern Continent. I'm going to do something a bit different compared to Fumbles and Fortunes, in that this is going to be a highlight reel. If you want to watch the full show, I'll link the VOD that's available on Twitch, and that'll be the full show in its entirety with all the usual dramatics and everything else included, so you'll get the full unabated thing. This is more just a cut down version of all the combat and all the fun silly things that goes on during the show. But to start off with, let's talk about the rules which are on screen, which is a little bit different compared to the usual show. So obviously this is going to be a hex crawler, which means that major cities, in this case New Io, is completely safe, and they are immune from my actions and everybody else's actions, and should the world inevitably cave in on itself, the cities will remain completely intact. Also, there will be a rotating cast of players and parties, hopefully, and so we get a nice mix of different dynamics and things like that. There is also the critical damage rule, which I'm going to tweak because I don't like it as a whole, but for the meantime, if anyone scores a critical hit or a natural tragedy when attacking, the attacking or the damaged player, whichever we want to go about it, will make a d20 roll on the sustained damage table in the Dungeon Master's Guide. These can range from things like losing an eye to just getting a sprained ankle. So nothing major, nothing deadly, but it adds a bit of risk to it. And now on to the setting. So the setting for this is New Io, which is an old Dragonborn city, and is the last remnant of the Southern Continent and what used to be the Dragonborn Empire as a whole. It's now acting as a staging ground to recover what was lost. The only restriction is that any artifacts and magic items of power are handed over to the Empire, as they are still property of the Dragonborn Empire. Anything else is fair game. If players wish to make a small village or community of their own, they may do. They just got to spend the resources and the time to do so. So without any further ado, enjoy the madness. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all the YouTube jazz, and I'll see you next time. On the internets, we are playing a game of D&D. First session. Consider this session 0, where everything is mad.
And we're all just asking questions the whole way through.
Yeah.
We haven't finished making our characters yet.
Well, this was going to be character creation, but you all just went, characters, go. I didn't even have to say go, you just did. It was wonderful. Go see Captain Tiberius for more.
Well, we should probably go check out this captain guy.
He better be a real captain. The last captain I talked to that wasn't a real captain. He hoisted me out of...
Hope this captain is not a puny human being.
Everything's puny to you.
No, this half-orc is pretty... this half-orc is pretty... looks pretty tough.
And I'm 6 foot tall, which isn't...
6'2". That's below average height.
Of which the giant is an expert on.
You're smaller than me, you're below average. That's how it works. Anyway,
let's go see captain guy.
Cool. Alright then, you guys wander your way through town, going through... Fantastic. Tell you what then, as proof of this, bring me back their captain's head. He's currently missing one eye.
Fair enough.
So a one-eyed goblin head, rides around on a warg, kill him, bring him back, do whatever. I'll consider the job done, and you're going to get 20 gold for the job.
Each or spread out?
Split? I don't have that much money. The Empire doesn't fund this particular
5
outpost
gold.
very well.
Well, aye then, captain.
But you are free to have whatever you take from the cave. It hasn't stolen anything from town yet. But I just want it eliminated before you can get the chance to.
Okay. Just out of interest, Captain.
Yes.
If we were to accidentally cave in the goblin skull and only leave the eye, is that still acceptable?
I can do some basic divination magic to prove it's the right goblin, yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Interesting.
Right, yeah, I have 120 foot.
This is true. You do see, lurking at the back of this cave, almost as if to ambush you, but you guys having superior vision see them getting ready for it. 2
Oh,
goblins
okay.
and 2 wolf-like creatures behind them, large and imposing as they are. They don't seem to have acted yet.
42.
I was seeing they're yelling at you guys, and my microphone was muted.
I did consider mentioning it, but I wasn't sure if you were.
Well, that was done with me. Anyway, I'll say for the 4th time, Katag, you get attack of opportunity as 1 goblin rushes out and goes straight for Morinel. The second one rushes right past you to get within arrow firing range.
Hooray!
Completely blindsiding you, not even realising that you're there.
Oh my god, like 8-foot tall mountain thing
Yeah, you're just part of the stonework.
standing next to him. It's camouflage. I
So,
found this
on your
why.
character sheet, if you just click on Glaive, it'll do the attack roll and damage roll all in one go.
Okay, right.
Glaive. That did it.
A 10 is a miss.
Huh?
Wing out with your
Why
Glaive
is-
manages to nimbly
Why is it
swing
rolling
past.
twice?
Hmm?
Why is it rolling twice?
Because that way when things come up like you have this attack roll with advantage, it's just a lot easier to look at than just, oh, I need to click advantage or do something with it. And things like that. So it's take the higher or take the lower, or if it's normal, just take the first roll. That makes sense? Available. He's going to take a pot shot at who's within range. Do you know what? Let's go for Gregor.
Hey.
Nope, not with that. That's a natural 1. And these aren't set to roll too, which is irritating.
He accidentally hits his ally.
No, you just watch as he, does the Matrix dive. He pulls out his bow, whips out an arrow, goes to draw, and as he lets go, he lets the wrong hand go and smacks himself in the face with the bow. And 11, unfortunately, is a miss. These goblins have quite a high armor class for their short little size. So you throw your javelin, it just goes wide and digs into the ground. The goblin looks around and realizes that, oh, you had a javelin. I did not think this through. I may end up dead in a minute. Well, being raised by walks, yes, you would be able to.
Yes.
So,
Okay,
yes, you can make an animal handling check on the walks.
Yeah. Then let's give it a go.
Soothe it out.
Okay, you guys all sit there and hear as Dawn speaks in weird barks and yaps that somehow
What is
he
this
can
weird
do.
noise?
Yeah,
Man's gone barking mad.
What is this weird noise?
and Thorn the walks for a critical hit.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So take a total of 17 piercing damage.
Alright, well, let's just make a new character sheet already.
17!
Yep,
Christ!
6 and a 9.
Ooh. So that's like -2.
Yep, you are unconscious and on death's door, and you are literally pulled to the ground for critical damage. They range from things like you lose an eye to you gain a limp, you gain a minor or a major scar, severe internal injuries, etc., etc., to try and flesh out the game.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay then. Oh,
Let me guess, that's he loses his head.
no, I think that's the eye. So ignore what I said about him biting the groin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Katag not only falls unconscious, he's now missing an eye.
Lovely.
From a Goliath to an ogre.
Yeah. You now have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight and on ranged attack rolls. Magic such as regenerate can restore the lost eye. If you have no eyes after sustaining this injury, you are blinded. So
Okay.
you might want to make a note of that. That is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll a flat d20. A 2. What does a 2 grab you? I need to really print this table off and make a cheat sheet for it. Across, it hits it square in the joint where the paw meets the leg, and actually somehow implies enough force to break it. It doesn't break off as such. But Rocket, you hear this very chilling snap, and you realise that one of its paws is now completely useless. How many did we have? We had 2 goblins. Let's just roll 2d. Let's roll 2 of those. Let's see. On the goblins, you find a total of 11 copper pieces. If you want to divvy those up, you may do. If you want to take the weapons away, the one that's over here had a scimitar, some leather armor and a shield. This one had a short bow and leather armor and a scimitar as well.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I just realised as well, that one up there did have a shield, but it got shattered by someone impacting it with a greatsword. When Rothfetty realises...
He's got my mount!
As he comes riding round on the back of a warg which has got some barding on it, although it doesn't appear that much. It looks like really crappy hide and not been tanned properly. If you want to, oh, by the way, guys, with the mounted thing, you can elect to hit the warg, and it might knock Goblin Captain to the ground, so he's prone, and you can get better hits on him later. Just a heads up.
That's so unlucky with the crit. No.
Oh, God. Okay, roll for me a d20, please. And who are you hitting? The goblin or the warg? You swing out with Warhammer, you take out one of the warg's legs, you just watch as it sails away. Past Gregor, past Katarg, lands somewhere. The warg is really critically injured. It's actually in quite a fair bit of pain. In fact, Goblin Captain needs to make a check. Okay, just about does it. Manages to keep the warg in line and stop it from going nuts. Keep your thing, you can bring him back. He's just not alive. Right then.
The contract was dead.
Dead or alive. That's proof of the Goblin Captain. And with that, a 10, you managed to remove the mechanism itself, but a bit roughly. It's a bit damaged. It might not last very long, but you do have a hand crossbow.
Yay.
For the purposes of like combat and stats and things like that. Just note down, like, every time you use it, you need to 50-50 to see if it will actually snap.
Yep.
Because like you've done some damage.
Yep. I'll add that in a sec.
But inside the chest, you do find 19 copper pieces.
Okay, I'm just gonna... 19 copper pieces.
15 silver pieces.
15 silver pieces.
And 14 gold pieces.
Damn, we ballin'.
Okay. And... I guess I shall try to check the other chest for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. Investigation. You are fairly confident that this chest is not trapped.
Then I shall open the chest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me, please. 2d4.
2d4. Okay.
Yes, as you see various items within. You find 5 like small statuettes that'll be considered as art pieces worth around about 20 gold each to the right seller.
Okay.
Do you want me to jot this down under the bank?
Yeah,
Just
you can
probably
jot
too-
that one down. I'm not sure where I'd jot that down, so I'll leave it to you.
And you also find 5 potions of healing.
Okay. That's a useful one.
Yep. And a spell scroll with the Eldritch Blast cantrip.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, are you making a note of all this?
Yep. How many statuettes was that again? There was
5.
5 each worth.
Around about 20 gold to the right person.
And we have a spell scroll of Eldritch Blast. As it's a spell scroll, does that mean it's a one-time use, even though it's a cantrip?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
How does that work?
Hmm?
One-time use of a cantrip.
It's the nature of spell scrolls.
Do you want to put that scroll in the bank, or do you want to keep it?
I'll keep that though.
For the sake of like making it seem more fair, though, it's also going to have the agonizing blast boost to it as well. So it's D12 plus the charisma of the guy that made it. So it's a D12 plus 3.
Go.
I'm going to need you all to make stealth checks just to sneak up on them, and then we can. Those
Oh,
of
that's
you,
gonna be
those
great.
of you that are doing this,
I'm not gonna get lower than 1 on a disadvantage. I
Oh,
got a
God.
depth of 0. I'm pretty sure I've tripped or something.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one from Katag, I think.
Do
You're
you
missing
really
one.
need
I think
one at this
Jesus.
point?
I don't know,
I
Charlotte
did
missing
know.
from.
Me.
I think it's better if we just go for it, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
failed my check this time.
Yeah, as you guys go to sneak up, Thorn's doing the best job, just sneaky, and everyone else is just full on, oh for goodness sake, stomping on through, just, I don't care.
They all
Unfortunately-
fell over each other from excitement. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, I have a little dagger and that'd have done the job.
Yeah, unfortunately, you managed to wake all the goblins up. So, we're going to need to hold on to that thought until next week. Because we've been going for 3 hours, so it's a good time to take a break.